Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again to do what I always do. I talk to you often, and many times I use the subject God. Well, I guess you can say that every time I speak, I'm actually speaking about God because it doesn't matter whether I'm referring to a lot of politics. I'm always referring to God as the solution to the problems that exist because of improper politicking. And then sometimes it seems as if I'm just trying to straight out make a point about situations that are common amongst us in life. But when I think of it all, it kind of blows my mind for me to have to come here every day to repeat what I have been repeating for 40 years. Now, some of you might say, well, why? You come. If you notice, we're not paying you any attention anyway. And that is true. But I come because I must come. This is an expression of those who care about people who don't care about themselves. You don't know the pain and suffering that we as human beings experience every day is a result of what we allow ourselves to be subject to each and every day. If we knew the truth and chose to walk by the truth, then we would dictate our own paths in such a way that those things that mean heaven to us would be happening every day. There will be obstacles, of course, that would be there to try to prevent us from achieving that end. But the thing of it is that water is different than oil. They are different. They cannot mix. So if what we are doing, if what I am doing, if what the Spirit is saying to a particular group of people expresses the love genuine to all, then there's no shame in the game. This is what I'm saying. I hope I got this set up. What I'm saying is this. There's some pain and suffering going on out here in this world. And I'm not telling you what I just see every day. I go through this crap. I understand the system that we live under. And it's a system of slavery. We are no more free today than we were 100 years ago. In fact, some of us are going through worse pain. We might not be having a whip on our backs, but so many of us are in prison because of the things that we've had to face in life. Some of us are just hurting so strongly inside. Do you know what it's like to suffer the things that poor people suffer? Do you know what it's like to have to exist meeting those same needs that every individual is required as far as survival is concerned, and it is nothing but a daily struggle? Do you ever look in the mirror and wonder why you're so old looking? Do you ever think about how you're so weak because you've been struggling all of your life and somebody told you that because you sinned as human being that you're going to have to work hard by the sweat of your brow? And that it is the reason? No, it is a lie that we are going through the changes that we are going through. It is because we do not know better. And let me say to you, ladies and gentlemen, I listen to the Republicans and I listen to the Democrats, and they're both trying to tell us why they should be the ones in position of power as the system is set up for the next 4 years, or when 2004 comes along, 24 comes along. Now you should ask, we already know what Donald Trump is about. Donald Trump wants to kill everybody. He just wants to be Lord, God. And those who support him want him to be God. And there's another group, they just want to be conservative. They want to take all the power that people can exercise, like having a voice in what decisions are being made. They want to take that away. Or when they want to refer to history, the things that really happened, they want to hide certain things and lift up others. And the one that which they want to hide is probably that which pertains to the life of others. So in other words, rewriting history, all of this junk. That's what another part of the system is talking about. And let me be more specific. I said Donald Trump, so I'll just say DeSantis. He seems to be just more evil than Donald Trump. See, Donald Trump seems to be just the devil, and you know he's a devil. But this guy, DeSantis, tries to be slick. He tries to be a slick devil. And the meanness is all in his skin. If you watch his face, now I'm just telling you what I see. You might not see it, and I'm not trying to put him down. I'm just reflecting on what he puts out. Now, look at the Democrats. I'm talking to you, ladies and gentlemen. You're the ones got to make a decision, and you're the ones going to go to the polls and vote. So you look at these Democrats just like you look at those Republicans. You look at them just like you look at DeSantis and just like you look at Trump or whoever's running. You look at the Democrats the same way, and you look at Joe Biden the same way. And yes, Joe Biden is going to say, he's not just going to say, the records indicate that he's been out there trying to do a heck of a lot better than any of these other guys are talking about when it comes down to the masses of people. There's no question about that. Not trying to take anything away from that. But I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, it is what the Republicans and the conservatives are doing, and it is what the Democrats and Joe Biden are projecting here before you, the people, to make you think, to trick you, to make you think you got something going on with the Democrats. And when they switch it around another year or so, it'll be with the Republicans. They're switching this thing around, tricking you, making you think that you're getting something, fighting for something. Why? Because you don't know the truth. If you knew the truth, you put every last one of them in their place. And what is the truth? The truth is that everything is supposed to be just like the master designed it, where there would be peace and prosperity for all of us. There would be freedom and joy and happiness in our lives. We'd live our dreams rather than just dream them. Our needs, our wants, and our desires would be met at our leisure. And we wouldn't have to lie. We wouldn't have to cheat. We wouldn't have to steal. We wouldn't have to kill, we wouldn't have to terrorize, talk about war. We wouldn't have to do any of those things. And why we wouldn't have to do it? Because our needs are being met. What that means, basically, that we don't have to suffer for anything. The number one thing we do is we got a career. We got a career of our own choosing that allows us to participate in the process of causing a manifestation of the goods and services that rest in the reservoir of goods and services that we, the people, have determined are so essential for our survival. And all of us involved in it. And this reservoir just overflowed. There's everything: houses, food, clothing, shelter, transportation, infrastructure, going to the moon, and everything. We make it, ladies and gentlemen. The resources come free. When we know that, then we won't settle for Trump. When we know that, we won't settle for DeSantis. When we know that, we won't settle for Biden or any Democrat that would give us less than that. Why? Because our eyes are open. We can see. We demand what we have been given. I'm speaking to you about basic human rights for all God's people. And who are all God's people? Every last one of us, even the meanest, evil one on the face of the earth. This message goes out to them. It's the same message that I give to you. And it has the same rewards for them as it would for anybody that can believe in it. Now, one thing about it. This message about God is a fantastic message. And the difference about this God as opposed to all the other gods out there, in order for us to experience this heaven, we have to work together. This is a decision that's made by we the people on the face of the earth. We work together toward that end. It's no this group over here doing their thing and they can experience everything that I just said. That's just like the rich people today. They got the money. They're doing that already. Does that indicate that God is blessing them and not us? Well, truthfully, the answer to that is yes. It's a different God that's blessing them as opposed to the God that blesses all of us. There's a God that blesses all of us because that God cares about all of us, is concerned about all of us, prepared for all of us. And there's a God that prepared for the thieves. There's a God that prepared for the liars. There's a God that prepared for the crooks. There's a God that prepared for the racists. There's a God prepared for the bigots. There's a God that prepared for the haters. Now you know all of that exists. So there is a God for that. And that God will keep you living in hell. That God will keep you living with pain and suffering every day. That God would. But the God I'm telling you about, when you know the truth, will open your eyes. And you know. And that's about all I can say today. I think that's good enough. I want to thank you so very much for giving me this, your time, and this is the time. So what are you going to do? I know the message I just gave was okay. You're still looking at DeSantis. I know you are. You're still looking at Trump. I know you are. And you're still looking at Biden. I know you are. And what I have just shared with you, I've been begging someone to tell the people, tell the people that there's another way. There's another choice. But they say, we can't tell them unless you pay us. Ain't that something? What did that say about the world? We can't tell the people that there's something wonderful for them because we lose money. Do you need anything other than that? I had some profanity to add on the end of this, but having given you the message, the profanity just left me. So, goodbye for now.